Hello you lovely people, how are you? It's been a while since I saw you last. I know I've been busy, I apologise, but life gets in the way and all of those things. Here I have a Brooklyn lager. I'm not really going to do a review of it, I'm just going to drink it. But I thought I'd open it while I'm having a chat with you about what else is... Oh, there we go. What else is going on? I think I have had this before, but I can't remember. So you'll have to excuse me. I'll just let that sit for a second in the tulip. That's a problem with those tulip shaped glasses. They do create lots of head on a beer where otherwise there wouldn't really be one. So just bear that in mind, boys and girls, when you pour your beer into a tulip glass. If you've really got a fizzy beer, you're going to get an even bigger head on it, so you need to be careful when you pour. Otherwise this is what happens. This is nothing to do with the fact that the beer is fizzy, it's just to do with the shape of the glass. Of course the beer needs to be fizzy. What's been going on then? What's been going on? Well, I do have some news for you with regards to brewing. I am back doing some brews, the good news. Or well, some would see it as good news, some would see it as the mind-numbing inevitability of life, is that we have to brew. I haven't done a brew for a while. It's been at least 6 months. That sounded really Essex then, it's 6 months, mate, since I did a brew. And the last brew I threw on was a kit. So I'm not doing kits anymore. I'm done with kits, at least for the time being. The ratio of good kits to bad kits wasn't good enough in order for me to carry on doing it. I kept getting kits that were either not very good at all, or were just, nah, you know, whatever, just plain boring. So I've decided to go back to extract brewing. So what I've done recently is I've put on an extract brew, and I didn't record it because what I wanted to do for my first attempt at getting back to brewing was just run through it myself without having to worry about carrying this camera around with me and explaining what I'm doing. Just run through it myself, just so, you know, to make sure I haven't lost the knack of doing it, and you know, I do understand exactly what I'm doing. Fortunately, it went okay. It seemed to go through fine. Didn't really have any problems at all. The only thing I probably would have done different is that I would have used a Protofloc tablet 15 minutes towards the end of the boil, just to clarify the beer a little. But I don't really care about the clarity, it's more about the flavour. But I will use one on my next brew. So, what brew have I done, boys and girls? Well, it's a single hop malt extract beer, 12 litres. What I've decided to do is go halfway this time round rather than full way and do 23 litres. I'm doing 12 litre batches of beer now, purely because I can never get through 23 litres of beer on my own. I don't have enough friends locally that come round and drink beer, to be honest. All the people I know tend to drink spirits for some reason. I don't know why, it's very odd. And the people that I do know well, they're lager drinkers, so they don't like drinking my beer anyway, so I end up drinking it myself, which is a pain. What can you do? So I've decided to, you know, go down a little on the amount that I'm producing. So that's good for two reasons. One is, as I've said, it means I haven't got so much beer sitting in the shed. If it doesn't turn out very well, I have to chuck it all when I've wasted all that beer. Secondly, I'm doing it in a 15 litre fermenting bucket this time round that I bought recently. And in order for me to do 12 litres, it's just about right. It fits in my temperature controlled beer fridge exactly perfectly. No hassle getting it in and out, no struggling with 23 litres of beer in a big bucket. You know, it's quite heavy, 23 litres of beer, and you've got to get it into the fridge. The fridge really, it's at the end of the day, it's an over-the-counter beer fridge that you would find in a pub. So it's one of those black fridges. I'm sure you've seen it on a previous Homebrew Wednesday video. You know, the black behind the counter bar counter fridges where they usually just put bottles in. It only goes down to about 4 degrees. So that's fine, that's not a problem. This time round I brewed a Cascade beer. So completely dry extract beer. Again, I'm not using liquid malt extract anymore, fellas. I want to try and get away from that and go back to dry malt extract, because my successes in the past with extract beers have always been with the dry malt extract beers and also doing my own recipes. Those have tended to be, bizarrely enough, the ones that have come out the most successful. And that's not necessarily because I know what I'm doing and I'm a brilliant brewer and I'm really good with extract beers. It's got nothing to do with that. I think it's to do with the fact that liquid malt extract is completely different to dry malt extract. You have to treat it completely differently in as much as you get different flavours from them. I don't think liquid malt extract keeps very well. Liquid malt extract beers, the ones that I've done, haven't turned out very well, and they've had that twang, you know, the homebrew twang that everyone goes on about. I've not had that twang with dry malt extract beers. So, and I'm sure I've spoken about this before, so forgive me if I am repeating myself again. So I've decided to go back to the beginning, start afresh, do a single hop beer, because I can't remember, I may have done a single hop beer before, but most of the beers that I've done myself in the past have had more than one hop in. So I'm going back and I'm doing a single hop beer this time around. I do have some Cascade left. I've got some Citra, I've got some Mosaic, I've got some Amarillo. So if you guys have any idea as to what to do for my next batch, do let me know, leave a message below. And what I'll do for the next batch is I'll record it and you guys can see it, and we'll do it, you know, from beginning to end. We probably won't do a taste test at the end, because in order to do the taste test at the end you have to wait another 2 weeks, and you know, you just end up sitting around waiting for beers to get to the right point where you can actually pour one and have a decent drink out of it, and which means you can't put the videos up. And as I don't do very many videos nowadays, you know, I want to get them out there when I can. So I will record it. So let me know. I've got some, as I said, I've got some crystal malt. Have I got crystal? Yeah, I've got light crystal malt. I've got some rye malt. So I can do, you know, a small steep. I was going to do the old Ghost Ship clone, the Mostly Ghostly, but I've had that. I've done that 3 times now. Each time it's come out really nice. So I thought I'd try something different. So I won't be doing the Mostly Ghostly this time around. Maybe next time. This time around I want to do something different. I had an idea to do a Mosaic single hop beer using Amarillo for the bittering. You know, throwing Amarillo in. This time around I might just do a 45-minute boil. I don't think we need to do 60-minute boils with extracts. I don't think there's any real need to do that. So I'm going to cut it down to 45 minutes, do the Amarillo, maybe as the bittering, and then chuck in the Mosaic at various stages, and also dry hopping. But do let me know, fellas, if you've got any ideas. As I say, I've got some Mosaic, I've got some Amarillo, I've got some Citra, and I've got some Cascade. So out of all of those hops, let me know if you've got any idea, or if you want to see me rustle up something that, you know, is a extract beer, because they don't call me Roy Extract Beer Lake for nothing. Well, they don't call me that at all, in fact. They call me many other things. Naughty boys. So there you go. Yeah, that's what we're up to. That's what we're doing. Forgive me while I do that. There's this Brooklyn Lager. It's 5.2%. I bought it from Ocado, I think, Waitrose online, you know. It's a lager that is slightly hazy because it'll have a slight hop in there. I may have had this before. Cheers. Yeah, I think I have. Very nice. Yeah, lovely. Really smooth. Yeah, buy that, it's lovely. Out of 10. I'll have another one, please. Shame it's only in a small can. I have an issue with these small cans, fellas. You know, 5.2% in that can. So one of those is equivalent to, you know, a pint of your normal beer. And if you're anything like me, you tend to quaff pints quite easily, and before you know it, you're wondering how you've managed to get through 8 pints or 8 bottles of beer and cider and stuff. And yeah, it can be a bit of a shock. I don't get hangovers nowadays, I just get that sort of, no, I've had a few beers feeling in the belly, you know. Sort of grog, a little bit groggy, but no massive headaches or hangovers, which is nice. I'm just getting old, I think. So leave me some ideas down below as to what you want me to brew up. Do you like the idea of the mosaic thing? Do you think that would be good? Maybe, I suppose I could just use all mosaic. I don't have to use Amarillo. I have done an Amarillo and Cascade beer before, and that turned out all right. Maybe I'm just wasting Amarillo though, I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out all right. I mean, Amarillo and mosaic may go well together. Let me know what you think. Leave some messages down below and what you want me to do, rustle up, and then we'll go with the flow, and I'll read your comments, and I'll either take them on board or I'll ignore them completely and do my own thing, which I am one to do. But obviously I want to hear your opinion and your suggestions. That would be great. What else has been going on? Mad busy at work. Last week I did a load of overtime. I was working till 10:30 at night, trying to fix an upgrade that went wrong. You know, it's work. It's fine. It's fine, boys and girls. I'm just happy to have work at the moment. It's good to be in work. You know, having been away from work. I've been there for 2 years now, but before that I was out of work for 2 years. Some of that time was my own choice. The rest of it wasn't my own choice. So I'm just happy to be back in work and doing stuff that I wouldn't say I enjoy, because, you know, no one wants to work, do they? Really, none of us really want to work. We do it because we have to, and we have bills to pay, and we need to pay the mortgage, and, you know, a million and one things. We've got to feed our families and stuff like that. We need to go on holidays. We work so we can enjoy life. It's when work leans over into the enjoying life aspect, that's when we have issues, and I don't like that at all. So my mindset nowadays really is just to go to work, do as professional a job as I can, and come home and get on with life and enjoy it outside of work. And that's what I'm trying to do. But occasionally you get the overtime. What can you do? It's part of the job. This is what happens when you work in IT. So work's fine. Everything else is going absolutely fine. The broadcasts on iVlog, thank you for asking about them, even though you didn't. They're not going out as regular as they used to. I do them now when I feel like it, to be honest, which is not as often as it used to be. I used to do them every weekend, but I can't do that now. I just can't. I'm getting old and I can't cope with it, and I've got a life, basically. So I do them now when I feel like it, once or twice a month nowadays. We go on iVlog and we play some tunes and we talk about beer. It's a good opportunity for people to have a chat about all beer things related, and, you know, ask me any questions about beer or me, if you're interested in me. I don't know why you would be, but, you know, people do ask questions, and people are genuinely interested in other people, which is nice, isn't it? So that's it from me. Get yourselves one of these if you can find them cheap. You know, don't go buying them for £3.50, whatever they are. Get them in a two for, or you know, somewhere from the big supermarkets where you can get them a bit cheaper. So that's all from me for now, fellas. I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully we'll be recording some stuff. And you look after yourselves. Ta-da.